please indulge me as I be positively negative. Maybe I'm just turning into a cranky old man.
You fall and you break, you got battles to take on, but you figure it out, yeah. When you fall and you break, you got changes to make now.
But I got up today and just feel okay. My wife said that I was tossing and turning in my sleep and talking like crazy. Had a weird dream that my wife went out and scored some marijuana. Like, what's happening? I'm like, well, it's legal in Ohio now. Well, that's weird. I gave that stuff up or said I'd never go back. In my dream, I'm like, this is weird. I guess that's not negative. It's just weird. But I just got up and, you know, I have this like overly, like this desire to just check YouTube and see how your video does. And, you know, some of the comments, it's a little windy here. And it's like, you get a couple hundred views. Get some nice comments. People are like, why is your face red? Well, it's my mom's fault. Then I think, am I dying? Am I killing myself? I give up everything and they're still red. Stress, maybe stress. But after a while, it's just like, man, this is getting old. Why am I getting up and thinking about putting stuff on YouTube? Why am I getting up and putting extra stress on my life for 6 cents a day? And I see other people out there like just putting basic videos out also. Like, mine are not elaborate because I don't have time for it, nor the skill, but it's like 17,000 views. Okay, what's wrong with me? Where did I go wrong? Why is my personality so bad? Or my thought process is not deep enough? Or does my lack of education show that much? Am I not relatable because I look like I'm in shape, except for my red face? I'm gonna pause it here because it's loud up here. I feel like I started out doing YouTube and stuff with just noble intentions to film my family and my kids, and then turned into me filming myself for my diet and just what I was doing, and that's cool. I'm gonna say all this and then someone's like, oh, you should just take a break. It's like, oh, then I think no one even cares what I'm doing, if I'm here or I'm there. I wish I didn't wrestle with these things. I wish this never consumed my mind or I never gave it brain space. But it's like, you get on the YouTube and you're like, oh, can this help my family? Can this help me and my family, like, earn money? And then I realize, not really. I can literally just go out and take an odd job here and there, doing what I can do well, and make it in like a month's worth of YouTube money in 1 hour or less. Then I tell myself, you know, that's not the point, because it's not completely. But there's always like, when you can't taste success, you can't find success, even though success is completely made up and it's just dependent on what you call success. But I can't even find the success that I'm making up. It just irritates me. Part of me is like, I just want to quit this beef, butter, bacon, egg challenge because it's pointless. I mean, it's not pointless for me, for discipline, but it's like, what's the real point? Why am I doing this? Is this any real benefit for anybody? And some people message me, and I appreciate say, this really helps me, this really helps me. And it really helps me, but is it like good enough? Is it focused enough? Is it add value enough to people's lives and to my life that it makes sense to continue? Or would my time be served better somewhere else? Snuggling up with my wife or my kid on the couch, reading a book, going for a walk and just letting my mind go where it wants instead of it thinking about diet and exercise and those types of things. I don't know, because I'm glad to have some of my health back and to have made strides, but it also seems consuming sometimes. But I also know for myself that I'm one of those types of people that I get bored. If I can't use creativity, can't even say it. If I can't be creative, if I can't do something new and exciting, I get bored. Then my will to do it lacks. But YouTube is like one of those things. It's almost like if you're not like doing stupid face thumbnails, like you're in shock or dying, or if you don't have some like really catchy thumbnail or title, no one's gonna click it. If it's negative, it'll get more attention. To just be super boastful about stuff. Boast about this and that and the other thing. I mean, obviously I do, but I try to do it in fun instead of like competition. I can handle that. But it's like, you know, not to pick on YouTubers, but it's like I see people say things that I know is not true. Everyone knows it's not true, but we're just like, we'll just give it a pass. Like, I only eat beef, ruminant meat, salt, and water. That's it. Well, that's what you're characterized by. That's what you mostly do. But you've already expressed the struggles with other stuff. Okay, well, I guess you're being honest, kind of, and telling the truth, kind of, and not letting the truth ruin a good story, but it irritates me. Maybe I'm a legalist or something, I don't know. Another word for what is that, a-hole? I don't know. But I guess at the same time, when I just start ranting and running my mouth and saying a bunch of things, I start thinking, Aaron, you got a lot to be thankful for, and I don't have to have all the answers today. It's not make or break, to continue or to stop. You don't have to do it. No one's forcing you to do it. You've been involved in other things, big things. I've been involved in big things, and that, you know, we started a church that ended up closing, and 99% of the people that I used to hang out with every day for years, we never talk, we never chat. Life goes on. So, you know, I started searching for helping other people, because, hey, if I help other people, then that'll validate what I'm doing. And yeah, that's awesome. But now, are you doing it for you or for the people? Well, both. Okay, good. Now, where do those sit in priority? What's more important? Can they be both equally important? Okay, well then they both take 100%. Okay, I overthink these things or underthink them. I have no idea. But what I do know is that I wake up sometimes and I'm cranky and I'm just wondering if I'm wasting my life. I say I don't know a lot because I don't know, but I think I want to be my genuine self. I just want to be my genuine self, whoever that is, the person that God intended me to be, and it to resonate, and it to influence, and to motivate, and to sometimes kick, punch, cry, whatever is it the need. I gotta ask myself, am I doing this for the Lord? Lord, are you involved in this? But I have this feeling right now that, like, when I feel this way, there's a blessing, some kind of blessing right around the corner that I'm gonna receive. I don't know what that looks like, but then I'm gonna receive it and I'll just feel foolish for just having negative thoughts and a weak perspective. But man, sometimes you just look out and it's like some people are just have an easy life, easy, barely have to work, barely have to struggle, barely have to wrestle, and have it all together, and it just seems disproportionate, and it irritates me and it exhausts me. But I know that it's more complicated than that. There's more to it than that. Fortunately, I know that when I leave this planet, I won't have food, won't have it, won't be hungry. Don't have to worry about paying bills. It's all taken care of. All right, this is my favorite part of the walk right here. No, hi, you are currently being recorded. That's what that house tells me every time I walk by. I'm gonna go home, I'm gonna lift some weights. I've had a couple lighter days. My shoulder feels a little bit better. I took some ibuprofen before I went to bed last night to help me sleep, but I guess I was tossing and turning. But that shoulder pain, it's just kind of exhausting. I'm glad that it's Friday. I got some things planned for my family, so Friday night is game night. But before that, I bought a thing. I call it a Cajun, but it's like a hand drum thing that you sit on, but I think the J is pronounced with an H. Caisson or something like that. And so we're gonna have music time. We're gonna have worship music playing time, and just kind of start teaching my kids some stuff about music. I mean, I don't know a ton, but I know a little bit. I've played in church bands for like over 10 years. I used to think I was gonna be in a death metal band. Jesus had other things to say about that. But yeah, I've taught some chords to some of my daughters that are older. But we'll see if we can get together and just do some worship music or just have some fun first. Because it's gonna be weird. I try to get my kids to sing. Like, hey, let's sing with Dad. And they're like, no. And then they go to the bathroom. They're taking a poop and they're just belting stuff out. But I mean, I guess that's a good metaphor for how I feel today. I feel like my confidence is low everything feels wonky and awkward, and I'm unsure, and I want to say I don't know if anyone loves me, because I know many people love me, but I just, man, I wrestle with my self-worth and direction. And I guess if there's anything to take from this, and I could take from this at least for right now, is that I say it all the time, I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one that wrestles with these things, or wrestles in general. And when I share them, and I know that other people wrestle, my heart always goes out for them, because I can feel the pain. I have the empathy. I wish I could just fix everything. Sometimes I just need to be quiet and let's work out. Let's get some bacon and eggs, baby. See, just like that. I'm encouraged. Merry Christmas. Here's the filthy animal. On this episode of Errands, Panties, and a Twist, I was just thinking about how, well, let me start this over. Panties in a Twist. I was watching a little video by Dr. Sean Baker, and he was talking about some clients he had, dads that were having problems with their older kids with Crohn's disease, I believe, and talking about how we need to make sure we're not feeding our kids garbage and junk. And I think that's super important. But then I was thinking about it, I'm like, well, I don't recall you ever showing us what your kids ate or what they eat. How are people supposed to know what their kids are supposed to eat and what's good for them and what's not good for them and what you consider junk? And I could be like super critical and be like, well, I know that you say you'll eat birthday cake on your birthday. Well, if it's just on your birthday, you know, I'm not trying to be overly critical. I'm just trying to be a little bit critical. What are you supposed to feed your kids? Home cooked meals? I don't know. I just saw some other snippet of some guy that was grossly overweight. And I mean, saying he was gross, I'm just saying he was a big guy and he's a vegetarian. It's like, well, do you eat vegetables? And the guy's like, not really, I just eat chips. Well, there's your problem. You gotta be eating a lot of chips. So yeah, I don't think we should feed our kids a bunch of chips, a bunch of junk. I think, yes, it'll potentially lead to problems down the road. But to deny a human being any pleasure, I don't know how to say it, like to deny your kids of everything, not everything, let me say this. If you deny your kids too much, they're just gonna get a bend. It's like, you have to be careful. I'm trying to be careful. I guarantee I'm gonna mess up my kids. I'll get their panties in a bunch somehow. But let me know down in the comments what you would feed kids. Because I had this comment the other day that says, just let your kids be kids and eat whatever they want. Don't push your diet crap on them. Like, you don't know me at all. I'm gonna go to the store today. I'm gonna buy my kids a treat, because on Friday nights I buy them a treat, because we hang out, it's family time, and they get a treat. And they see their dad sitting there without a treat. That'll resonate eventually. All right, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna cook 6 eggs, 6 pieces of bacon, and I'll take a picture of it. It's too late for me to be in there and have any confidence that I'll be in the kitchen without just getting in people's way. But I came out, my garage, studio, oh, it's just a garage. And yeah, I got a good workout in. I'm still a little bit salty, but also more encouraged. I was like, I should just take a personal day today. But yeah, I want to go check out this club over by our church called the 5 Seasons. I'm like, would it be worth paying money to have access to that gym and then like pools and different things for the kids and the family? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe when I become YouTube famous, I'll have enough money to do that. No, that was a shameless plug. Just trying to be funny. You see my cow skull over here? Focus on the skull, dude. Oh yeah. I need to learn how to set stuff up so it looks cool later. Oh yeah, I've got a problem. I went to Costco and bought some hamburger, 6 pounds worth. I don't like the fact that it's 88 lean, but I'm gonna eat a pound of this for lunch. I mean, it's dinner in 3 hours, so this is it's fine. Doesn't need to be fancy. Probably just eat some hamburger for dinner too, unless I decide to eat some of this chuck that I just bought also. It's been a weird day. There's just been a lot of weird disappointments, and started off rough and still a little bit critical. I released that video with my wife and Nellie talking again, and it's like, I had the comment where it's like, it's kind of hard to watch because there's all these memes, it like ruins the conversation essentially. Those are my words, but I'm like, you're right. I'll probably need to redo that. I was trying to be funny, but then it is kind of hard to follow a conversation when it's interrupted by memes. You live and you learn. I was just trying to be funny and work hard on it. 1 pound ground beef, salt, a little bit more, a little in my mouth. Meat hoarder. I bought 2 big things of chuck for pot roast. I think I'm gonna release some of it for Sunday dinner, and then I think I'll cut some of it up and then put it in sous vide eggs for me to eat. Which, it's interesting because I've ate predominantly chuck roast in my mind, like over the last 2 years on the carnivore diet, like tons of chuck roast, but I kind of got away from it because I had done it so much. There's another one. Now I'm gonna get back at it. Dude, there's no room. Put me in all the nooks and crannies. There we go. Just plain cooked hamburger sounds good to me. I mean, I had an okay day at work. I was helping someone with their taxes, and then, yeah, went and did a Costco thing, then stopped by the 5 Seasons Resort and asked them specifically, hey, if I become a member here, is there a limit on children? The guy's like, no, you could have 18 kids, so it don't matter. I'm like, well, I'm close, pretty close. Not sure if I'm gonna do that. With this weather's nice and spring, and like feeling like spring's gonna be in the future, it's less appealing because there's plenty of things to do in the summer, but in the winter it'd be nice to be able to just go in there, go to an indoor pool with the kids and get a workout in, and sit in the hot tub and catch weird hot tub diseases. Kind of weirds me out a little bit. Public bathing. Kind of reminds me of this time that I went down. I was fishing with a friend when I was in high school, then we realized it was a nude beach. Weird day. Some things you just can't unsee. And gouging out your eyes wouldn't work. Stop talking about it because I'm getting flashbacks. On that note, I'll see you guys at dinner time. Stop this conversation right now. Bananas, B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Pan, high, like my wife in my dreams. It's a deal to the day. Let's see here. I decided to take 1 pack of that chuck roast and just slice it thinly. This is the small bag. They got a whole nother bag. I'm just gonna eat 8 ounces of beef today. I'm gonna get right at my macros for the day. I have been going over. What if I should go until the kids stop yelling one more time? Wonder if that'll help. Probably not. It's gonna be like 8 ounces is gonna be like no food, just a little bit. I'm not that hungry, but I'm a little bit hungry. I know if I don't eat, I'll be like, what are you doing? I'm not gonna push it. It's not in the mood. There's kids outside rolling in the dirt. Hold on. That thing's smoking. I'm gonna put a little bit of bacon fat in there. I just double checked to see if my scale was actually on ounces, because everything seems, that pound of meat earlier didn't seem as big as I thought it was supposed to be, and this seems like a small amount of food. I also realized that I forgot to take a picture of food last night, so I'm starting to forget stuff. Fortunately, it was the exact same, pretty much the exact same meal as I had the night before. All right, that was quick. That's how long it took me to cook dinner. I mean, if it cut this out, you have no idea how much time that was. 60 seconds, so long that I forgot to actually salt it. I mean, I'm gonna, oh! No, I just spilled all the salt everywhere. All over the burner, it's just shooting everywhere. So, salt is like Pop Rocks.
For you.
Okay, thank you. All right, that was unfortunate. Could have been worse. On that note, I'm just gonna call it for today because, yeah, I feel like giving up everything.